So this is the quarter window installation on a 69 Beetle, and I have two spring clamps with electrical tape over the pressure points to protect the glass. I have some WD-40, a nice sharpened scraper, rubber, glass. I've got it set on a couple of 2x4s so I can get both fingers around the edge of the glass. And now I'll go into time lapse so you can see it happen. So now the rubber is around the glass, and I've made sure that the glass is properly seated right down deep in the rubber. It's got to be seated all the way around in order for the next piece to fit, which is the aluminum or stainless or whatever it is trim that goes around this style of window. And then we're going to put this in. Let me see. So you saw I used a bit of WD-40 around the rim of the glass to let it slip into the rubber. I've not been able to do it properly otherwise. The rubber temperature is probably 72 degrees. I don't want it too floppy and loose because then it might not really hug in on the glass properly. So it doesn't really help to heat up the rubber that much. Just a room temperature. Anyway, I'm going to go back to time lapse and slip this trim piece into the rubber. So it's not in yet, but the first thing to do is to make sure the trim piece really matches the shape of the slot, the correct slot in the rubber. So you just very carefully bend it all around as little as possible, just to make it come in naturally to the line of the groove. Okay, so and then you lube it up with the WD-40 and work it in gradually. And try not to put any kinks or use any kind of metal tools. You don't want to scratch it up. Okay, so back to time lapse. Okay, so I'm getting better at it. In the end, I had to use the tip of a razor knife just to grab the rubber and flip it out over the lip. It's down here. Made some little prick marks in the rubber, but that's about the worst of it. So the next part is where you take the little locking ring, set it in there to finish off the trim. Okay, so these are the little locking rings, and you can see on here there's a little lip, whereas there isn't no lip on this side. This lip goes to the glass side of the trim. So take an end, lip on the glass side, okay, now the trim is all the way in, all the way around. The glass is properly set within the channel of the rubber, and the trim is properly set within the channel on the outside. And now we have to put the window in the car. So the way we do that was a piece of electrical wire, 12 gauge, 14 gauge, I think is probably about best. And we run that wire in this slot here, in this slot, which is the inner side of the window. So we run a wire all the way around this, and I'll show you that now. It's going to go in from the outside. This wire's going. You push it into place all around. And sometimes it helps to lube up this inside edge a little bit so it can slip in to the body here and press right up against this lip here. So let me switch to time lapse again. And there it is, all done. Outside, inside. New carpet time.